Deidre's on, and then Jen Gunderman, woo woo, who's been blowing it up. She's amazing. And then Deidre was on the team, and then she took a hiatus, and then she came back. It's awesome. So she's on the call too. So I don't know if you can see us or not. That's all I can see.
Nope, I can see you.
Okay.
Is that Megan?
You're cutting out.
No, it's Jen Berry.
Oh, hey, Jen.
Hey.
Hey,
So,
Deidre.
Hi.
yeah, I am super excited because I feel like we were kind of in a slump for a little bit, and I think Jen was feeling that too. And then we're coming out of it, which is awesome. I feel like that. So I am not the best at posting my recorded Zoom, so sorry. Really just been Gunderman and I chatting it up on team calls. So basically she and I have been having one-on-ones, which is, I feel like, good for her to ask all the questions. So some of the things we talked about was doing, we're not doing a Super Saturday this time with Swisher, but to do kind of like a fit Sunday. And then I was thinking we would do a cookout afterwards for whoever wanted to stay. And if you can't stay or don't want to stay, then that's okay. But do that on November.
Hey, Andrea.
Yeah.
I can barely hear you.
Me?
Yeah.
I can't either.
Oh, all right. Well, let's see if is that better?
Yes, for me.
That's weird. Okay. All right. So Jen and I'm just going to refer to you as Gunderman because there's two Jens in it. Gunderman and I talked, and I asked for some input on what to do for Super Saturday. We had talked about hosting our own, but then thinking too that Indiana did not have a big celeb come in because we had just had Summit. So I feel like they might have somebody come in, and if number one, our team members want to go, or you want to invite someone who loves a certain trainer, and if we have it on the same day, then that kind of takes that option out. So to have just a fit Sunday where then afterward, and your families can be welcome, we'll just host it here at the house. And then I thought about doing something like, what's it called? Double time, where we have a ball and we play. And so we could bring the kids into it and the husbands and everything. And then afterwards we could have a cookout if you want. Just for something fun to do as a team. And like Jen and I had talked about like bringing our teams together more. Jessica Bird is on too. This is the best day ever. Holy cow. Do you all have any thoughts about that?
I like it.
Are you thinking about doing it Super Sunday weekend?
I like it too.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Doing it that Sunday? All right, cool. All right, well, let's do that. Let's do a Sunday fun day. And then we'll do like hot dogs, hamburgers, kind of pitch in, bring your own healthy dish to contribute. And then Greg and I'll just be responsible for like turkey burgers, chicken burgers, hot dogs, whatever. And then y'all just bring sides, or if you want some other meat, it's in the meat, bring that. So, and if you want to have an alcoholic beverage, you are welcome to bring that. I probably will not partake unless someone gives me one, but you are welcome to bring it if you want to. Okay.
So I want to make sure I understand, like the Sunday thing will be like where we bring even our coaches, but people who aren't part of Beachbody.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. It's fine with me. I just need a head count, because if it's big enough, we can just move the actual workout to the park. by our house and do it on the basketball goal or courts because it's big enough that we could put enough people there and just have it outside. And I'll just bring my music and we'll just run through a double time kind of, workout. Because I love turbo, but not everybody does. And it's super choreo, and that's hard to do with kids and like a big group. So if we did something more sports oriented like double time is, and more like calisthenics, everyone bring a ball per couple or family or however you want to do it. And then we could just really get some good interaction from everyone, and that making fitness fun, and that it doesn't have to be only this thing, because double time is still there. And Matthew and I used to do it all the time together, and we had a great time, and I was still sore. So, and then afterwards, whoever wants to stay can just move it to our backyard, and hopefully it'll be nice. And that,
What's the date?
I think it's November the 3rd. Is that Sunday? Okay. And then, it's November 3rd. And that also is when daylight savings time begins. So, but if we do like 2:00, then everyone can go to church and do their Jesus. If they are, or if that is an important part of your life, then you have enough time to do that, get changed over or whatever, and then make it here by 2. And then, of course, it's like we're not going to charge anybody. And they'll just come here. And we could even do shakes afterwards because we'll have plenty of time for that. And that'd be a good sampling thing for people who maybe aren't familiar with Beachbody or the community or anything. And then everyone give their testimony of how drinking Shakeology every day has changed their, nutrition or what they've seen with it. Because I feel like that community and our stories speaks bigger than watching a video. Corporate does a nice job and they put a good video together, but you are your story. And that is who they want to see. I mean, your people care about you. It's awesome to watch a incredible video with someone's good story, but you all have good stories. So, and I think they're just as powerful, if not more, because it's coming from you to share. Oh my gosh, I put my big girl panties on today. How about that?
Good job.
Oh, no, thank you. And then the other thing I want to do is just us, and sorry, we probably won't have boys do this, but us girls get together for like a Christmas party for just my personally sponsored. And of course, Greg's personally sponsored because he's really I run his account. But everyone who's my personally sponsored, for them to come, we'll make cookies, we'll do like an ornament, hang out, we can have girly drinks. Whoever wants to stay the night can stay the night. If you don't, then that's fine. You can Uber home, whatever you want to do. Have a dance party in the basement at Christmas time. Because I think that would be fun. And if you don't want to do that, then maybe we can go to dinner or something. But I would rather like bake cookies and make a Christmas ornament. And you all are like, yes. Okay. So my thought for that is to do December 14th, because it's still early enough in December that hopefully we're not getting into people's like Christmases and stuff. But if not, then that's okay too. And we could even do like a New Year's one. But I don't want it to be super stressful for anybody. If you can come, you can come. And if you can't, you can't. Oh, we could wear fun socks. We could all have matching jammies. I am not Christina. I cannot buy everyone jammies, but I would really think that would be fun.
I almost think it would be more fun to do it on New Year's, but then that's because I don't do anything on New Year's. So
I don't do anything either on New Year's.
Me neither. Except fall asleep.
I didn't either last year.
So that's why I say I think that would be fun. That's just me.
That's fine with me. We could play the Wii, or we don't have a Wii. What is that thing called? The Switch. Anyways. Okay. Well, think about that, because the November thing's going to be before. So look at your calendars for December 14th and see if there's anything blocked out currently for it. And if too many people are already booked, then we'll just move it to like a New Year's thing. Okay. Yes.
I have just a small suggestion.
Yes.
When we do double time, this is just a suggestion. To finish with, like, I think it's important to teach kids to stretch too.
Yeah. Okay. We can do that.
And, even talking about centering themselves and things, because even small kids are all about the electronics and they don't stretch, and they don't disconnect. And so that could be a time where you really kind of just, how Jericho does on Freestyle Flow and Revive Day, where she talks about just breathing and focusing on that. Mm-hmm. We've had a lot of conversations around here lately about that people just get caught up, and kids do it too. And I think a lot of times they get overlooked because they don't know how to communicate that that's what's wrong.
Okay, let's do it. We'll just do an extended stretch. We'll really slow everything down and do almost like a baby yoga class, like a baby payo.
I was going to say they may even think some of those, like the bow and arrow things that Jericho, they may think that's fun.
I think it's fun. And today
we had to circle around. Like Merida, Disney. I don't know. I love Disney, so I'd tie anything into Disney if I could.
I do too. So okay, I like that. So we'll add that in. We'll do like 30 minutes of double time and 15 minutes of stretching, yoga, mindfulness. Okay. All right. And FOA, our business stuff. Since so many of us are new, and even if you're not new, one of the things is always working on your story. So Gunderman had asked me I think it was last week, she asked me, we didn't have a call last week because it was Labor Day. Anyways, last time she and I were on the phone, she was like, where do you get all your content?
You're like frozen on my end.
Can you still hear me though?
I see you.
Okay. She had asked me, like, where do I get my content? And I was like, I get it from my brain. I don't know. But, and I do. Like, I don't mean that to be flip. Like, a lot of it comes from personal development, and a lot of it is practice. So, often when starting as a new coach, you think like, I don't want to be salesy, and I don't want you to be salesy. It's really about your story and learning how to share your story so that it comes off genuine and authentic, and not like, buy my shake. You don't want to be that girl. And please ask me all the questions. Or if someone says, I don't know what to do, message me. Like Jess and Gunderman are super good at that. They're like, they just said this to me and I don't know what to say. That's fine. You're not like, you don't have to know what to say. And I'll message Jolene and say, do you think this is okay to say to this person? Like, how should I come at this? It's just good to have somebody else to bounce questions off of. So don't ever be afraid to ask someone on the team, or even just post it in the team page. If I don't respond back fast enough, just ask, like, what would you say? Because not everyone's going to respond the same. So, like, tying what we do into your story. How does it fit into your life? How does the workout fit in? You could talk about the workout like, man, mornings are rough. I don't even know how I get up in the morning sometimes, between work and kids and soccer and football and all this. But I'm so glad that my workout only takes me 20 minutes and it's done. And I don't have to think about, look at Jessica. I don't have to think about it anymore the rest of the day. Like, it's done. I used to spend hours in the gym getting accomplished what I do now in 20 minutes. And for that to be your post, so you've kind of addressed hardship for someone that you've acknowledged, like, I know you don't have time. I know you don't have time. We're crazy. Like, kids aren't even breathing now because we don't have time. One time I told my dad I didn't have time to take a shit, and he laughed at me. Joke on that. He did. And I was like 12 because it was true then. So if it was true then and there was no social, there was not all these activities, it's absolutely true now. So, you know, you're addressing the hardship. Like, what is hard in your life is going to be hard in someone else's life. It may not be everyone's hard, but it's your person that you're talking to. You're you, the mirror of you, which for many of us is, you know, women that struggle with body image. You're struggling with time. You're struggling with making time for yourself, being a good parent, being a good dog parent. Like, these things relate to all kinds of people, but you're just really talking to your person. So you're identifying like a hard. You're like, yeah, I know it's hard. It's hard as hell to get up at friggin' 5:30 with Jen Berry posting her 5 o'clock in the morning. She still friggin' looks nice in her video dang pictures. That's awesome. But she's doing it with 4 children. And she's like, it's only 20 minutes. I can do it. You can do it. And putting it out there, but it's part of her story. So it comes off so much more genuine when you do it that way than having word vomit about this program. And that's the thing. Like, you want to breadcrumb that story that I didn't have a lot of weights. I don't need a lot of weights for this program. Hell, sometimes I had to drop my weight yesterday. That sidearm badass thing, I just dropped my weight. Like, you know, or
I used tomato cans the other day.
I love that. I love that post. By
Cole
the way,
couldn't find the 2-pound weights in the van, and so I was like, "Give me what we got."
see, that's awesome. That is a way to
Tomatoes,
share
for
your
you.
story. So, and like making it different every day, or trying to show it not differently, but sharing a different part of it every day. Like your soup cans that you don't have to have all the equipment. You can use soup cans. You could use what on the cruise we used your bottled water. You know, well, on the street in Indy, we used our bottled waters.
That's what I told Lexi because she didn't have weights when she started this.
Yeah. You don't have to have tons of stuff, and you don't have to have a lot of space. And then, you know, to share, what's your nutrition look like? Oftentimes people think that we don't eat. I eat more than most people. I eat more than eat more than Greg. I eat more than Greg. So, like, to be honest with that. And when you have a treat, because it's not a cheat, it's a treat, to say, you know what, I am going to have this piece of ice cream cake because I love that fudgy caramel or fudge cookie shit in the middle that's so good. Like, I don't know what that is, but it is good and it is worth it to me. And that's okay, because you still have to live. You still have to live and enjoy your life. You can't be so restrictive that you can't live it. And then, you know, then there are days where I share the mental struggle of it, or the emotional, like reflecting back. Like, today was really hard. And one of the hardest things I feel like for me is to share brokenness, because I don't think anybody wants other people to see how hard it is for them. Nobody wants that vulnerability. But when you can get comfortable enough to share that, people can really relate to that. And not that every day I need to show up crying, because I'm like, oh, she's crying again. But when it is hard, that it is. And today at therapy, like my body shuddered at the memory that came back. Like I went, and it was like all up in my face. And I had to call Greg on the way home, and I'm like, I can't get this out. I'm supposed to be able to put it away, and I can't. It's right there. I can't do it. So for me, I had to figure out how to flip the story to not be stuck in it. And that's why I do the live, and I do it when it's super raw, even though it's so hard to do it. When it's really raw, for me, that's the best time. And I don't ever watch my video after that. Like I will never watch this ever. Cause I don't like my voice. It's weird to watch yourself. So, sometimes people videotape stuff and they'll like watch it and then edit it and delete it and all this. Unless Greg or Cora are doing something inappropriate in it, I don't do that. I just record it and put it out there. Because I figure whatever I'm going to say or share is really what's on my heart instead of overthinking it. Because one thing that we do as coaches is we are so overtrained and overthink stuff that we fail to act. Like we're just like planning and planning and planning and learning all this stuff. And really it's just sharing your story and inviting people to come on your story, come share it with you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So in that way, it's more genuine. And that's how you get people to follow you. And you just say, hey, have you ever thought about doing this? I think you're really awesome. I love your story, and I know someone else would love to hear your story. And lead that way. Because most people that you're connected with or follow, you're following them for a reason. Because they're fun or they're super smart and they share information with you. Or like, I do not follow you on Instagram unless you are positive, you are happy, you are uplifting, you provide me with some kind of content. Yeah. If you're going to teach me something, make me laugh or brighten my day, that's the only way you end up in my feed. And so I try and be that same person because I would want someone to follow me for those reasons and not because necessarily I have really platinum blonde hair, but I will teach you how I do it. So yeah. And like share those tidbits. Like I love dry shampoo. Dry shampoo is part of my story because I don't ever wash my hair. Like it doesn't have to be serious. It could be, I love dry shampoo and I love coffee and peanut butter or almond butter really. So, and if you don't know that about me, then you don't follow my story or I'm not doing a good job sharing my story or that my daughter is crazy. And so is my dog. Just like, all true things. I've seen it all.
Sorry, I'm multitasking. I'm got an ice bottle on Luke's hamstring.
Oh, you're a very nice mom.
I get to ice massage my child from his butt to his knee.
Oh.
It's nice. Luke, you need a foam roller.
Yeah.
We have to be careful because of the strain to it, though. Yeah, the things we do for our kids.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want to know how hairy my child butt in this area is again.
You think that's bad?
No, don't talk. Don't tell these women anymore.
Luke, I've known you way too long to hear this stuff. Please don't say that. Don't say things like that.
I muted you.
Mute.
Okay. So that's my training that I have for you today on sharing your story. We're just going to skip right over that. And please ask me any questions that you have. So one thing I have done is I work my business part-time. So I find small pockets of time to work, and that's how I do it. Inviting people to join you, sharing your story, whatever your story is. Like, you made your shake today, super. Or, hey, my shake makes me poop. That's awesome. What? I mean, it sounds silly, but I did not poop every day until I started drinking Shakeology. It's true.
It's true for me too, but I just imagine someone going through one of our stories and seeing, this made me poop today.
I love it. Oh my God, we should all do that tomorrow and like have little poop rainbow emojis.
That means there are people, Jennifer.
What?
Hit the poop, then there are people.
There are people. Yeah. So today I want you to think about what makes you you. Like, what would be in your story? What's in your day-to-day life? Start thinking of, I don't like your avatar, like, because that makes me think of a blue person. Every time they say that, I'm like, I got nothing. Like, for me, who would be your Disney princess? Who would be
or Ariel?
Just naming redheaded princesses. Who would I be? Moana. Because I always go back to the sea and it calls me, and my family just doesn't understand. I just want to be on a boat. Yeah. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be that, but like, if you could design your own Bitmoji, like your own you, who would it look like? What would it be? Who do you want to attract to you? Who do you want to share a vacation with, sit with coffee, get on a weekly call with, that you have to talk to? When the phone rings and that's that person, you don't want to be like this. Because you have people in your life, when the phone rings, you're like, that is not who you want to build your team. I'm serious. Like, that's not who you want. I mean, you will have those people that you're like, she asked me this one more time, I've told her 100 times. That happens, but it's not that big of, like, I don't say that. You guys ask me different questions. But, like, you will have some people that push your buttons. That happens no matter what in life. But that you still love them. But that you really want to work with these people. That you can share a week on vacation. Because ultimately, your guys' goal is to be successful. And that comes with perks and things. And who do you want to room with at Summit? Like, it shouldn't be that hard to be like, oh, I can be with anybody. Like, did we wake her? She's already awake. I never really slept.
Right.
It was these two at the end of my bed going, should I wake her? Yeah. Yes, she's awake. I hear you. I just don't want to get up. I just don't want to get up at 4 a.m. But yeah. So like me, I'm a dog mom. I'm kind of weird and I'm goofy and I'm a hygienist. I pick scum off tea. So that relates to people. I've been through a lot of trauma. I'm a police wife, military wife. I do love Disney a lot. I love cartoons. I love to sing, and I love Pink, and I don't care if it's on tune or not. Like, all those things make up who I am. I want to live in yoga pants every freaking day. Yoga pants and sweatpants and a sports bra. I don't
Shorts.
I don't even own bras that have underwires now. Like, I'm out. I am no more. Look at her face. She's like, I have no underwires in any of my bras. Okay? I don't. There's not much there, man. Like, come on. I don't need one. So Mm. Those are all things that make up who I am. I have an extreme weight loss journey. And all of that stuff gets sprinkled into my social media, into my posts, into my everyday things. If you follow me long enough, you will learn all of those things. And you will start to attract people like you, because usually attracts like. And one tip I will tell you is I try to take I and me out of my story. When you do that, they read it like they're reading their own story. Your person does. Because then it's not about me anymore. It's about who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. And I put you in the story instead of myself. Because if I say, I didn't want to get dressed because I was going out with all my girlfriends and I didn't have any clothes that fit me anymore. And I was standing there crying in my closet and my husband was telling me I looked fine, but I didn't feel fine. That's a lot of eyes. Instead of saying, have you ever just not had anything to wear and just really struggled just to go out with your girlfriends? This happened to me today. Until blah. And I told Greg what this was. It's a poop sandwich. It's what it is. So, and I do this often at work, in my real job. I give somebody a compliment and I say, hey, you're doing a really good job on this upper right-hand side with your brushing and flossing, but you're missing over here. And there's a big hole and maybe you have like some bleeding gums and super deep. So you need to work on that. So that's the bad. But overall, you're doing a really good job. Keep up the good work. So you leave them feeling like, oh, it wasn't so bad. But that middle, that hard, is where you get them. Whatever the hard is. So it's a poop sandwich. Good, poop, good. and it's really not, it's really a bad word. But you Oreo it. You make a sandwich. And that's how you really, I mean, if you want to make a deep, meaningful post, not all of them have to be that way. You could be like, I ran out of weights. I used soup cans today. I'm resourceful. Or, Jen talked about her dogs, like overcoming their anxiety. That's amazing. I thought that was really interesting. Stuff like that. I mean, that is some serious stuff. Or Deidre supports her daughter and goes and watches her play softball and she's cheering the loudest of everyone. Or that she recently switched communities and got married and her husband is supporting her and blah, blah, blah. That is your story. Yeah. And if you don't know what your story is, take a poll of your friends and ask them what they think of you, which sometimes is scary. It's scary. Like if you were to describe me and, when you think of me, that's why I said ask your friends. When you think of me, what do you think of?
Scary,
Spunky.
crazy.
Me? Are you telling me? I'm not asking for me.
Oh, that's what I thought you were asking.
I thought you were just asking us.
No. You ask your friends. But yeah, you can tell me. I just didn't want to. I wasn't expecting that. Somebody said crazy. That's nice. When
I said caring and crazy.
Yes. When I hear that Sweet But Psycho song, sometimes I'm like, I wonder if people think that's about me.
Asking for a friend.
I'm asking for a friend. Yeah. Yeah. We have 3 minutes. Does anyone have any current questions?
Even if you don't know much about, like if you know who you are, you should still do that or something like that to get your people interactive with your stories.
That's true. I like that because if you ask questions, people love to give their opinion. That's why people do polls all the time.
I thought they just liked hearing my voice.
They do.
It's a very pretty voice.
It is really nice.
Oh,
Your
thanks.
hair looked
That was
awesome.
annoying in my head.
Your hair looked awesome the other day.
It did.
Thank you. So it looks like shit every other day.
No, but it looked so smooth and like Ariel like.
I know, he's awesome. But we were talking about it when he was straightening it out. He goes, "You're gonna have those people, aren't you, that are gonna go, oh, your hair looks so nice today." He goes, which is basically saying your hair looks like shit every other day. And sure enough, I had people go, including my stepmother, who right after dinner, "I just really like it when you have your hair curly." Well, that's because you're jealous that I can have it both ways. Anyway, and then the girl from the school, she sent me an email. The lady from Luke's school was like, "Oh, and by the way, I really like your hair. I know I'm kind of partial to the curly." Killing me, Smalls. I like it straight.
I like it.
Time.
I like it both ways.
I do too. I just wish I could do the straight more often.
It takes more time. See, this is all mine does. It's just straight.
Mine too.
Mm-hmm.
Mine goes sling when it gets sweaty.
Bling. Yeah. So that's your assignment. Figure out what your stuff is. Figure out who you are.
Okay, when you see it posted on my story tomorrow, you'll know why.
Oh, and I started tagging everybody in my Triller because I think it would be fun if we just started adding each other to our pages to be like, this is my homegirl getting it in her living room. Because it's funny how different all of our vibes are. And like, and you don't have to do Triller. You don't have to do it. But like if you do your shake and you're just like boomeranging it or whatever, that how different our vibe is. Okay, we need to take our picture because we have less than a minute. All right. Thank you all for jumping on. You have a wonderful evening. Gunderman, go to bed because I know you're going to get up in like 5 minutes. I know. So
Yeah.
I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, I'll see you on Insta and Facebook. Why are you pointing at me?
Hopefully.
And I'll talk to you tomorrow, Deidre.
Okay. All right. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
See ya.